Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to go and take a look at our boys, the DOKKANFEST Trunks and Goten at full level 10 links. I've been fairly impressed by this unit. The only real, I think, negative for this unit is that if you're going to use them, you really need to surround them with other Trunks and Gotens, right? That's basically it. But the good news is that the other Trunks and Gotens, there's two sets of them, basically. The set that awakened with the Int Gotenks, this Tech Trunks and the Int Goten, and then of course we have the EZA set as well, the AGL Goten, as well as the Physical Kid Trunks. Now the Physical Kid Trunks, his existence allows DOKKANFEST Trunks and Goten to work much better on difficult content. Maybe in the God event you could just run that Physical Trunks. I mean, I did videos and all that, it worked out beautifully. So this is a very good unit, this Trunks and Goten, but again, it's just pushing you towards one type of team. We'll do a run where we don't have a Trunks or Goten around or support type units and stuff like that, and they're definitely still going to look good. But, you know, the vision people have of this unit in their head where they're shooting out 8 million attack stats and stuff like that, like that's with, like, you know, Krillin and other Trunks and Goten and stuff like that around. Alright, so with this Tech Trunks, I believe we have 6 out of 7. Yeah, we do. We have 6 out of 7 links active. We are running on the Prodigal Warrior / Kamehameha team. Now, I'm recording this before the same name update goes live. When it does, it's going to help the Kamehameha team out quite a bit, because now you can use multiple of these Super Saiyan 2 Gokus. Now, you know, this Goku, he gives 30% attack, which is cool, but he gives 3 ki to all allies. So we would potentially be able to run him, and then, like, the physical Goku, who, you know, physical Goku is only giving support type buff to non-Super Saiyan 2 units. He's only giving the physical one is only giving ki and defense to non-Super Saiyan 2 units. 4.19 right there. I actually thought we would have been a little bit higher. I mean, okay, so remember that they do get their the unit super attack with Krillin. That activates if there's a Krillin on the team or a Goten and Trunks in the same team, right? We're always going to see that activate. Actually, other damage would have been a little bit higher there, because again, that was 6 out of 7 links active and a support type unit on their own team. So I would have liked to have seen a bit higher. I mean, it's okay. This friend, this is 55%, I believe. Yeah, they're 55%, like links 8 and 7 and stuff like that. Okay. Sure, let's just go ahead and let them go off, and we'll see how much damage they can go ahead and muster up. Should be, I think, a fairly decent number. By the way, our defensive stats might look a little bit low. Keep in mind that their leader skill, the Goten and Trunks, they give Prodigal Warrior and Kamehameha 3 ki, 170% HP and attack, but only 130% defense. I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten a leader that does that. I feel like it's fine, I guess, because Gohan, he is a unit that gives 170 to attack and defense, but not HP. Dude, look at this Goten. Dude, these EZA units are so crazy. Like, here's the thing about, like, that AGL Goten having that turn right there, right? Is that he's not a Dokkan Fest that came out last week, like Goten and Trunks are. He's a banner unit that came out 4 years ago. That's why that's so impressive, right? Like, that's why, like, Goten and Trunks do their 5 million attack stat, and I don't even really bat an eye. It's just like, okay, like, that's good. That's what I would expect. Because they're the brand new sexy unit that Akatsuki wants you to spend your money on. They need to be impressive. The point is, it's like, they have to release better units than the last unit to get you to spend your money. Oh, I need to get this character. They're better than the last character that came out, so I'm going to spend money to do it, right? That's the point. But, like, that AGL Goten, that's just some fodder character from years ago that they're like, oh yeah, by the way, he's just God now. Like, it's okay, thanks. Alright, so this attack set's gonna be like 8 million. Let's go ahead and pop their active skill real fast and take a look at this, like, 8 million attack set they're gonna do. Alright, so a large basis of this Goten and Trunks unit being top tier, which I do think they are. Personally, I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a step above all the other DOKKANFEST TURs, even now. But I do think Trunks and Goten, Frieza, Gohan, Trunks, and Goten, I think those three are kind of in the bracket of their own. And I don't, at any given moment, I can feel like one of those three is sort of better than the other. I will say this. I've done a lot of videos with Goten and Trunks and Tech Ultimate Gohan on the same team, and Goten and Trunks usually look a lot better. So understand that, but again, the units are doing different things, right? But I would sort of say Goten and Trunks deserve to be in that Frieza and Gohan class. Then I think I'd probably have Bojack and Cooler, just slightly a step below the Gohan, Frieza, and Goten and Trunks class. I think is sort of how I would do it, right? Sort of like brackets probably works better than just straight up numbers anyway. Even though then I always say that and then I just go to straight up numbers, but whatever. Okay. So again, their active skill is what really makes them crazy, right? Because they get 150% attack and defense on super attack, which is very powerful, right? They have two 70% chances of getting 50% attack and defense. Occasionally, I found that can cause their defense to be a little bit low, their damage to not be super crazy. Maybe that's probably what happened last turn, actually, because I felt like their damage was a little bit low, probably because we didn't get those two chances to activate. And then, when they do their active skill, they get guaranteed dodging on that turn, and then every time Goten and Trunks dodge an attack, they get 1 key up to a max of 3, they get 10% attack and defense up to a max of 50, and then a 7% chance to dodge up to a max of 30. So typically what you want to do is not what I did here. You want to make it so that your active skill turn, you could potentially dodge 3 or 4 attacks. We're going to blitz right through this event anyway, so I just popped it as soon as I could. But this is when their damage starts to be insane, right? Because not only do you have the unbelievable utility of a turn where you cannot be touched, which, I mean, turn 3, you're immune to damage, is godly. That's really good for difficult content, so this unit will be very valuable there. And again, there is that physical Kid Trunks who's the counterpart to this guy, so even on like a mono physical team, you can easily, you know, have their setup perfectly to be able to use your active skill and have them dominate on turn 3, right? And the other thing too, their active skill, you do need a Kid Trunks or Kid Goten in the same turn in order to activate it on turn 3. But again, this physical Kid Trunks, usually these units, they super attack once, and then they're even able to tank in difficult content. So, because their buff lasts for 6 turns, so that's fairly good. But, I mean, there's a bajillion units that could tank well for super attacking once, I suppose. Okay. So, we have 6 out of 7 links active right here. Remember that Krillin is a redonkulous 60% support type unit for them. They're going to get a little bit of extra attack from their active skill. So, we're going to see much higher numbers for them here. Yeah, 8.73 than we did before. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's... Once you start getting up to that level of damage, like, you know, even in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I don't think it's quite at that level, right? Even this Trunks at 4 mil, huh? Yeah, so that's the thing, like the Tech Trunks and the Int Goten are fairly good themselves. Like, they're not bad, I would say, whatsoever. Okay, I could probably not... I'm not going to use... I don't think we'll finish this turn off. Because we have these 2 AGL units. Hopefully, if neither of them crit, we're not going to finish this Krillin off. We'll get one more turn. So, the other thing, too, about their active skill turn, right, is that you're then building up that dodge chance for the entire rest of the fight. So, it's like, if you're talking about a long event, a long, difficult event, if you can time their active skill to where they can get 4 or 5 dodges off in a turn, then you're going to see them consistently dodge throughout the remainder of the event. One other thing, too, to point out about this unit is they are definitely a slot 2 unit. Like, for the purposes of the showcase, right, in Dokkan events, I'm sort of, like, putting them in slot 1 just to sort of, like see them at their best, right, and not really have, 5.57, huh? You're pretty good. But I'm just sort of doing that just to sort of see them at their best and actually let them get their attacks in rather than put them in the middle slot and then we, you know, finish the phase off and stuff like that. But they're, oh, please, relax. So let me get to the next phase. God damn it. Chill. All right, good. We made it. And also, I am rocking Great Saiyaman 4 here, who is a nice support type unit for superclass units that are also in the youth category. Okay, 59k defense. It looks like we didn't get a lot of our buffs. I think neither of the two 70% chances hit right here, so their damage can go up and down. That's definitely something to keep in mind. Let's see what their attack set is right there. Yeah, 4.53. Not the craziest. I think we had 2 turns where we got almost none of their buffs, which is pretty uncommon. I feel like typically you're going to have at least one of the two activate. I think we had 2 turns here where neither activated. But you can look at it from the perspective that I think, again, we had 2 turns where neither of those 70% buffs, like chances to activate, activated, and they're still in the 4.5 million range, which is good. Duh. Alright guys, now we're over here on the Super Saiyan team. Now this run specifically, I just wanted to use Goten and Trunks. So we're not going to have any support types, and we're also not going to have a Goten, Trunks, or Krillin on this run. I just want to see the damage they're able to hit in this sort of environment or setup or something like that. We'll rock the Goten and Trunks with, well, I guess with Gotenks, they're not going to have any key links. This is one issue I think could pop up with this Goten and Trunks character right here, is that their only key they're getting before their active skill is prepared for battle. So they're going to need 4 key pretty consistently. I mean, combined with them getting so many buffs on super attack, you are going to want them to have support type units around. But again, in difficult content, you're not always just popping a lot of support type units, right? Like the God event, how many support type units are you actually going to bring in there and stuff like that, right? So that is a negative to them here. I guess I'm going to keep them with this Super Saiyan Goku then, because we're at least going to have Prepared for Battle and Fierce Battle right there. With Gotenks, to be able to activate the Innocence. Just for this turn, okay, they're at 93k defense right there. So the good news is that we definitely did get our full buffs. I think we got both of the 70% chances. Both of them must have went ahead and activated right here. Yeah, 4.34. So you could easily tell, right? Like, we're doing 4.34 right there without the unit super attack. Whereas before, like, we had a bunch of support and stuff like that. So, like, some of those attack stats, like, if we had the 270% chances to activate, they might have been, like, 5 million, 6 million, stuff like that. So we will see a lot of just, like, up and down with their numbers, right? That it's not really going to be avoidable, I think, right? Do I think you should summon for this unit? Like, if you're a global player, should you summon for this unit? I would say no. Because, like, again, if you're going to use this Trunks and Goten, you really are going to want to rock them, not with Gotenks units, not with Goku units or Gohan units, but specifically other Trunks and Goten units. So it's like, if your Trunks and Gotens are not built up, why in the hell are you going to summon for this unit? Like, like, they're super good. They're going to put up crazy numbers for sure. But, like, you guys should get what I'm saying. The one good thing, though, I will say this. So their links, right? We have Innocence, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Prodigies, Budding Warrior, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. I mean, it doesn't get more basic than that. That's very easy to activate on a lot of these teams, right? Like, literally, with AGL, LR, Gohan, bam, we have all 4 of those activated right there, right? And then it's just like Innocence, Prodigies, and Budding Warrior. Those are massive attack links that we're much more likely to see with other Goten and Trunks characters. Okay, so now we're at 70k right here, so it looks like one of the 2 buffs did not activate, is what that tells me. Let's see what their attack stat is. 3.9. I mean, once we're falling below a 4 million attack stat, I'm not too enamored with their damage. They are getting 150% defense on super attack. So it's like, if they have 100k defense, right, at the start of turn, after they super attack, they're going to be well over 200k, which is going to be, like, very fine, right? So, I don't know. Again, I would probably align them in that bracket alongside Angel Golden Frieza, Tech Ultimate Gohan. I do think they're sort of on that level. But whereas Angel Golden Frieza, I would say it's much easier to sort of run him across all of his teams. Not that he doesn't necessarily have any one specific partner in order for him to be good, right? Whereas Goten and Trunks, without their active skill, is when they become truly terrifying. That's when their attack stats skyrocket. The other thing, too, I should talk about is the presence of that Tech Krillin. There's a big difference with this unit when we're rocking them with Tech Krillin and we're not rocking them with Tech Krillin. That's when things get a lot different for how powerful they will look, right? Okay, so looks like we got, I think, 1 of the 2 70% buffs. So we are having some pretty bad luck with that. This is going to be a lot of links. So we have everything active except for Prodigies and Budding Warrior right here. Because the physical Gotenks does have the Innocence. So see what damage we get right here. After this, I'll probably go to maybe the hybrid Saiyan team. We'll also do a run on movie heroes as well. Maybe we'll go to movie heroes next. 4.29. So, I mean, we are seeing consistently they're in that 4 million range. But then, you know, when Krillin is around, when their active skills pop, that's when they can skyrocket to 8, 9, 10, stuff like that. All right, so now we're rocking the movie hero team. I decided to just bring a couple of other units to see how they would work with the Goten and Trunks. Now, obviously, LR, Gohan, and Goten, right? They're definitely one of the most powerful units in the game. Very, very strong. But yet again, them not having prepared for battle does rear its ugly head. Because it's like, they would work decently with the Goten and Trunks. I mean, that would activate Goten and Trunks' active skill. They'll get their unit super attack. All of that would be activated with this unit. But literally them not having prepared for battle does kind of nix that. Because it's like, here's what rotation 1, turn 1 looks like. They have no key. Right now, yeah, you want to use support type units and stuff like that. Sure, I do have support type units on the team, but they're on the other rotations, right? So then we just end up looking like dummies, like numbskulls right here. We can't even do their good abilities. So with the Gohan, we'd have what? Super Saiyan Fierce Battle, as well as Prepared for Battle. It is such a shame that this Gohan, by the way, does not have Kamehameha, or he's not in the Kamehameha. It's so stupid. Even in the Dragon Ball Battle Hour, they were showing this Gohan's Kamehameha, like, in, like, the Kamehameha, like, they had this sort of, like, Kamehameha compilation. And, like, this unit, but he's not on the goddamn... So dumb! Alright, I'm gonna keep these two together for now. We're gonna have Gohan and Goten not get super attacks and stuff like that. What are we probably gonna get in terms of attack stat? We're at 85k. Okay, so it should be pretty good. Keep in mind that, like, LR, Super Saiyan 2, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks, like, a lot of these newer units, you know, their damage numbers are crazy, but, again, they're requiring, I mean, sort of specific setups to really be working well, right? That's the only thing. A lot of these units that they've released are not just like, oh, toss anywhere and they're great. 5.38 is pretty good without support right there. I mean, Gohan can work because he does get the extra key per orb, which is definitely one of the strongest mechanics in the game. But it's like... His link set is a bit wonky for, like, one of these just sort of, like, Super Saiyan 2 type units. Like, they definitely could have done a bit better with that Gohan in terms of links. It's like, they made him an updated version of Int LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but they were, like, scared as hell. It's like, it's obvious that they were like, well, we don't want him to be too crazy. It's like, I don't know, I guess if they gave him Fierce Battle and they gave him Kamehameha and they put him on the Kamehameha team, I mean, even if they did all that, is he better than, like, LRUI Goku? No. So, I feel like they could have just done that. Like, does that make that Gohan better than, like, STR Goku and Vegito? No. So, like, really, it's just sort of, like, unnecessary shaftings, I would say. Okay. So now, things are definitely looking a little bit better, right? We have Android 18 around. Remember, she's a very powerful support type unit. She'll work really well in movie heroes, except for her shitty link set. That's one thing that will definitely hold her back here. This is going to work out because we're going to be able to get 3 dodges, it looks like, for Goten and Trunks. And then obviously now, you know, LR, Gohan, and Goten have had a couple of attacks, so they've built up their ki. Now Trunks and Goten, you know, we popped their active skills, so they're going to build up ki. So the funny thing is, at the start, this rotation does not work. Like we saw, they had no ki together. But now that Trunks and Goten have done their active skill, they're going to give themselves ki for these dodges. And then Gohan and Goten, they're getting ki from their attacks. So now it's actually going to work much better as we're moving forward right here, right? So let's go ahead and just give them an attack set like that. And then Android 18 can super attack, sure, but she's here to support. All right. So let's see what we get. Again, we're going to get 2 dodges in. So that gives us 2 ki, 20% attack and defense. We get, 14% chance to dodge from those 2. I actually do not want them to double super attack right here. Because I want them to get 1 more dodge in so they can fully build up their ki. Nice. Okay. So they did. We got them to fully build up their ki from their passive, right? Which is 3 dodges gets them their maximum amount. So now we can sort of see what level of damage we're going to get from them next turn. Okay, we'll just eradicate this skinny boo right here. Just see ya. Goodbye. You're dead, buddy. And then next turn, we are going to have the movie hero support Gohan. We're going to have Gohan and Goten, or excuse me, Goten and Trunks. I mean, well, yeah, we are going to have Gohan and Goten, but Goten and Trunks more so. I'm so used to saying Gohan and Goten that now that we have the Trunks and Goten unit, it's sort of like tripping me up a little bit, right? But I don't know, like, see, they're still good. Like, they're doing good numbers on some of these teams, but it's like, it's just, I don't know, like, a lot of these units nowadays, you sort of need to just build in a certain way, right? Like LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, you know, you're going to want like orb changers, like Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, maybe the STR Goten on the team. Maybe it would have been a little bit of a better team build if we'd rocked STR Goten as a Rainbow Orb Changer, Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, and then like just got rid of Gohan and Goten, right? Gohan and Goten. But I did want to show those two together, Gohan and Goten. All right, so we only have Super Saiyan and Fierce Battle, and Kamehameha we'll have with Gohan and Goten as well. All right, so let's see what we do right here. What is their 126k? Ooh, so we might have gotten all of their buffs, both of their 70% buffs actually, the 70% chance, and they're at 6.99, pretty good. But again, in order to rock them with Gohan and Goten, I mean, Gohan and Goten need to have gotten a couple of attacks to build up some of their ki, and then Goten and Trunks, we would have wanted them to dodge a little bit to sort of build up their like ki as well, and then their chance to dodge and stuff. Like, when they get their dodge, that's good. And there we go. Like, now that they've sort of built it from their passive, you could start seeing it pop a little bit more often. I wouldn't really recommend, by the way. Wow, look at Goten and Trunks, higher damage, huh? I mean, well, I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't really recommend building Goten and Trunks with dodge and hidden potential system. I do think going crits and additionals is what you want to do. Maybe if you've got, like, a gold, like, you know, dodge and crit or dodge and additional, you could toss that on. That's what I have. But I don't think it's a good idea to go heavy with the hidden potential system with dodge to try and activate their extra abilities from their passive. I think it's smarter to just only really think about that extra part of their passive with their active skill and not really chase it with the hidden potential system. I would recommend, you know, again, like doing like 3 dodge, of course, but like trying to build them with like 15 dodge and a potential system, I think would be folly and not a good idea. All right, so now we're on the Bojack event, and we are rocking Goten and Trunks with this sort of setup. I mean, with like Int Goten around, we can get 6 out of 7 links active. We have the STR Gotenks, who's going to give a nice buff along with getting some of their links active, like, you know, Super Saiyan, Innocence, Fierce Battle, Prepare for Battle, stuff like that. So we got a lot of units that are going to work well with Goten and Trunks. And then I'll be curious to see what's going to happen. Like, we'll do probably Gotenks. Like, this will be a rotation where we're able to get the big buff from multiple enemies. And then also we could see what B-Pan will do with them later on once they fully built up all their passive and stuff like that. And we should hit some very, very high numbers. Okay, so this is probably going to be a very good opening rotation for them. Keep in mind that Gotenks here is not supporting yet because there's only one enemy. And we have everything active except for Prodigies and Budding Warrior. That's going to be a common theme, right? Prodigies and Budding Warrior sort of get activated only by some of these other Kid Trunks and Goten cards. Oh, Krillin, stop. Don't do that. No. No. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. 6.21 turn 1. That's pretty good. But keep in mind that Krillin, it like just does so, like 4 ki and 60% attack and defense as a support is like so ultra powerful, right? It makes Krillin just so ridiculous with Goten and Trunks. But like that's kind of the thing. Like they want you to rock Krillin with them. Like that I guess that's another reason I am not high on recommending free-to-play players to summon for these units. Because it's like, not only do you really want to get Goten and Trunks, but you really do want that Krillin. You want the Krillin on their team if you're going to rock them. And so, like, as a free-to-play player, are you really that confident in your ability to pull both Krillin and Goten and Trunks? And then, while have stones for way better banners? Because if you're a global player, like, this is the banner before Anniversary. Like, you're really going to try and get all these guys for... Oh, you know what's an issue, though? About rocking this setup is building up Goten and Trunks' dodge chance. This is actually not going to fully work. Because I would want to fully build up their dodge. And then also... Because, see, like, I would think that potentially their best setup, maybe the highest attack they could do, or one of them, like if we had Krillin and then the 50% supports Gohan, that would help out a lot. But I mean, I guess if we would rock, like, we could do, like, in future Gohan as the leader for Hybrid Saiyans, and we could bring the 50% physical Gohan. That would work, for sure, right? But I definitely want to see, like, B-Pan, and then I want to see, like, Krillin and stuff like that with Goten and Trunks when they have their full passive built up, which we're not really at that point quite yet, right? All right, so let's get this attack set right here. I might cut. We might go to a different event, because, again, I'm going to want them to be able to build up their full dodging abilities, right? Because, again, they get 10% attack and defense per dodge. I want that fully built up. Because we saw the attack set we could get with Gotenks, although that was with Gotenks not without his support type ability, so I think we'll probably do 2 more rotations. One with Krillin and Gotenks with multiple enemies, and then one with, whatchamacallit, in Goten around, where we'll have 6 out of 7 links. Those will both be pretty good rotations, but then we'll go ahead and wait, and we'll sort of like get the B-Pan or stuff like that once we've sort of activated their max passive. In order to do that, maybe go into like an Infinite Dragon Ball History stage or something like that would be good. The only thing is that none of those stages have multiple enemies, huh? Because I really do want that setup with Gotenks and Krillin, because I would get most of their big attack links active while also having a big support and stuff like that. I guess I could just do like maybe movie hero support Gohan or something like that. Like just whatever, just super unrealistic. Bring them even on like the Hybrid Saiyan team and stuff like that. Could be good. Okay, so yeah, this is what I want. I want it like this because I want Goten and Trunks to have their 6 out of 7 links. Again, I guess just for right now, we're not going to worry about their active skill. And again, we're going to do one more run after this. Let's go and see the damage they'll do right here. Again, this is 6 out of 7 links. I didn't check their defense, but again, keep in mind, they get the 150% on super attack. So when we check their defense, we're not even really seeing the true number of what they're at most of the time, which I guess is another unfortunate thing. I do wish we could see defense. Wow, 8.39. That's without their active skill. So you're telling me they're easily breaking 10 million, like with one support type unit then. That's impressive. That's why, like, again, with Krillin and Gotenks next turn, that's going to be interesting, right? Because we're going to get a lot of support. We're going to have a lot of their links active. I mean, again, Goten is giving them rare, like to activate links, like Budding Warrior, I guess, 15% attack. But they're still Prodigies. Prodigies is the one thing I kind of wish Goten and Trunks didn't have. Because it's like, it makes them work a little bit better on their own team with like Dragon Ball Super Broly and Frieza and some of the Vegetas and stuff like that. But like, you don't want to run them with Broly and Frieza and Vegeta. You just want to run them with other Trunks and Gotens. That's what you want to do, right? So, I don't know. A little bit wonky for sure, but... Alright, so this is the big boy turn. We have everything active except for Prodigy's Budding Warrior. We have got a hell of a lot of support right here. I don't think... Their defense 117k. I don't think we got all of their 70% buffs, unfortunately. But, I mean, that's the thing. You're going to have them sort of sometimes activating, sometimes not activating. But, I mean, we could still be hovering maybe close to a 10 million attack set right here. Let's see. Because, again, they're getting 60... They're getting 100% support right here. They're getting 40 from Gotenks and 60 from Krillin. 7.4. They might not have even gotten either. They might not actually have gotten either of their 70% buffs, and they still did 7.4. That's pretty good. Oh, one other thing I should mention, too. I don't think I've talked about this to this point. Oh, now they're at 8 million right there. When they do their unit super attack, they're greatly raising attack for 1 turn, and then they also give all allies 30% attack for 1 turn. That, like, super Vegeta effect, which can be pretty strong, right? So, like, that's a little bit of extra damage. I mean... It's a little bit of extra damage, right? You don't want to go too crazy. Oh, wow, it's so crazy. It's a bit of extra damage. Nothing too insane. All right, so let's get Goten and Trunks fully building up their active skill and their damage. Maybe I'll just hang tight and we'll see what this next turn with Bojack looks like. Because maybe if he just overloads his attacks in slot 1, we could just go ahead and pop the active skill dodging right here and sort of see how that's going to look. Maybe, maybe not, though. We shall see. Okay, and, well, only 1 million for you there, huh? Yeah, I guess. Doesn't work the best with Gohan. All right, so let's see what we get. How is Bojack lining up the attacks here? Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, so I guess let's just finish Bojack off right here, and then we'll go ahead and go to a different setup and get their active skill, you know, fully building up their attack and defense and all that jazz. Alright, so now we are deep into the event where we can start having some real fun here. We have Goten and Trunks with their full passive active, so they've gotten all of their dodges. Wow, 168k defense is what they're rocking right here. So again, this is 6 out of 7 links. We would probably die. Oh, what the cord? What the? Alright, well, what a great... What? No, the cord, please. Alright, this is all staying in. I am going to do some damage reduction right here because we would get killed if Goku super attacked us again. That's not really that big of a deal, but it would happen. I mean, like, just Goten and Trunks are a slot 2 unit, right? Like, we would get super attacked right here and killed, but really what we'd want to do is this. But I just want to make sure that Goten and Trunks get their super attack off right here, right? So again, their full passive is built up. I don't know if they have both of their 70% chances or not, but either way, now for these next couple of turns, they're going to start doing the real crazy damage. Again, this is 6 out of 7 links active right here. Actually, I wonder if... No, I mean, we probably would get more, I think, out of all the links from... Because, I mean, he's having things like Innocence, Budding Warrior. Yeah, I feel like just Int Goten right here is probably, like, the setup we want to do for this. I'll go ahead and float off the movie hero, Gohan. Alright, so let's see what damage number they get right here. Now they can start dodging, too, which is very helpful. And they're at 9.29 million. That's pretty good. So it's like, once you get to, like, a difficult event and you're super deep in there, you're able to get their active skill off to where you can dodge all the attacks. And the damage they start being capable of shooting out is very good. Very, very, very high numbers. Okay, so now we can get a rotation with Krillin, and then also a rotation with B-Pan here. Let me see. Yeah, we should be good. I'll just do this. I will let this go on super attack, just build up a little bit more defense. B-Pan's only going to get hit once, so we are fine. We're not in danger of dying here. I guess unless she doesn't have her damage reduction, but whatever. Yeah, so again, Goten and Trunks, very, very powerful unit. They're capable of hitting super good numbers. The only thing is that you do, like, to make the team function, like, really smoothly, you are going to need to rock a lot of Goten and Trunks units. The good news is that after the same name update, it's going to be much easier for them to, I think, work at full effectiveness, because you can really pile on the Goten and Trunks units. They all do work really well together. They're all good offensively and defensively. So it is like a team build that would work. I like what they did with this Goten and Trunks. I think it's very good for like the youth category team and some other teams of that nature. I guess I'll keep Krillin around 182k. Huh? I think I'm gonna keep Krillin around for this turn right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and float off Goten. And then next turn, we'll do Krillin, B-Pan, as well as Goten and Trunks. I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. So, all right, let's see what damage Goten and Trunks do right here. Again, it's going to be very high. You know, we have 6 out of 7 links active. We got 60% support Krillin. Depending upon how many of their 70% buffs activated, we could see them break 10 million right here without an active skill like buff from B-Pan or something like that. Really good. Like, that's, like, insane levels of power. That's what, like, just new Dokkanfest are capable of doing now. It's just getting up to, like, this level, huh? I love it. I love it. All right. So let's see what Goten and Trunks get up to. And they give us a 10 million attack set right on the dot right there. Not bad. So I'm curious to see what the attack set's going to be next turn with B-Pan. So let me skip ahead. We'll get this B-Pan turn, and then we will finish up the video. All right, so this will be our last rotation of the video. We can go ahead and pop B-Pan's active skill. giving us the massive active skill bonus to Goten and TRUNKS. Alright, so let's see what numbers they get right here. Again, it's very difficult to tell at this point if, like, what 70% buffs they've got and stuff like that. I just don't really know, but, I mean, we could still see the damage they'll be able to put up. In terms of their links, I believe they have Fierce Battle, Kamehameha, as well as the Innocence. Those are the 3 links that they have active on this turn. Whoa, B-Pan, chill. Okay, I was like, can you activate your damage reduction passive, please? 8.71 right there. Yeah, so the 150% attack they get when performing super attacks or just straight supports would work, like, a lot better. I think, like, once the same name update happens and we're able to rock, like, this same team, right? Because, like, the only possible way to get that physical Gohan and Krillin on the same team would be after the same name update. Because, like, if we ran in future Gohan as the leader, we can't run Krillin on Hybrid Saiyans, right? So literally the only team that's going to be possible on is after the same name update. Then we can have the 50% support Gohan, Krillin, and then Goten and Trunks, and that probably would be their maximum damage setup, right? So let me know what you guys think of the Goten and Trunks unit. I think they're very good. I think they're definitely one of the best TURs in the game. The only thing I think about summoning for them as a potential global player is, again, you would really want to get the Tech Krillin, who's also on the same banner with them. That's very tough to, like, ask you guys to pull both of them. And then you are going to mainly be running to run, like, full Goten and Trunks teams, or with a lot of Goten and Trunks around, to maximize this unit's effectiveness, right? But, I mean, we saw without support, without Goten and Trunks, I mean, they're still sitting around a 4 million attack stat, rainbowed with level 10 links, so they are a very good unit. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all next time.